Welcome to Haunting Resonance, where the shadows speak and forgotten horrors echo back. Today, we unravel one of the most disturbing tales ever whispered through history. A story buried in silence, denied by governments, and feared by those who know the truth. This is the Russian sleep experiment. In the shadowy aftermath of World War II, as the world struggled to rebuild from the ashes, a new kind of fear began to take root. The Cold War was dawning, and with it came a chilling sense of uncertainty, a world divided by suspicion, secrecy, and the relentless pursuit of power. Amid this tense atmosphere, a disturbing rumor began to circulate. Soviet scientists, driven by the desire to outpace their Western rivals, were conducting a secret experiment to eliminate the need for sleep. Whispers of this project spread through hushed conversations and coded messages, fueling paranoia on both sides of the Iron Curtain. In hidden laboratories, they developed a powerful stimulant gas, later known as Nikolaev gas, believing it could keep people awake for weeks on end. The idea was as audacious as it was terrifying: to create a new breed of tireless soldiers and workers immune to exhaustion. The chosen test subjects were 5 political prisoners, men who had already lost everything. They were promised freedom if they could survive 30 days without sleep. A desperate bargain that offered a glimmer of hope in exchange for unimaginable risk. Locked away in a sealed, windowless chamber, these men became unwilling pawns in a dangerous game. Every moment was monitored, every breath recorded, as the experimenters sought to push the boundaries of human endurance. The researchers watched with a mix of fascination and dread, eager to see if their creation could truly reshape the future. They dreamed of armies that never slept, of workers who never tired, a vision that blurred the line between ambition and cruelty. Yet beneath the surface of scientific progress, there lurked a monstrous disregard for the value of human life. The experiment was not just a test of endurance, but a descent into ethical darkness. The very premise of the experiment tapped into the era's deepest fears. What horrors might be unleashed when science is driven by paranoia and unchecked ambition? The world watched, gripped by anxiety, as rumors of the experiment spread like wildfire. The stage was set: 5 desperate men, a mysterious gas swirling through the air, and a psychological ordeal that would push them to the brink of madness. What happened next would become one of the internet's most infamous and haunting urban legends. What followed was not a triumph of science, but a nightmare, a story of suffering and terror that would echo through history, haunting imaginations for decades to come.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible. always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
The true test of their endurance was about to begin. By day 5, the mood inside the chamber darkened. Conversations turned to trauma and suspicion. Paranoia took root. The men stopped talking to each other, whispering into microphones, trying to win favor by betraying their cellmates. The researchers watched as trust dissolved into fear. Soon the prisoners fell silent, retreating into themselves. The silence was more unnerving than the whispers. Then bizarre behaviors emerged. The men smeared book pages with filth and covered the portholes, cutting off visual contact. The scientists were now blind, left only with the sounds of pacing and muttering. The experiment was spiraling out of control. The chamber, once a place of observation, became a black box of growing horror. The researchers could only imagine what was happening inside. The descent into madness had truly begun. On the 9th day, the silence shattered. One subject began to scream, running and howling for hours until his voice broke. The others didn't react. They paced, lost in their own worlds. Soon, the sounds of tearing and wet ripping echoed through the microphones, acts of self-mutilation performed in eerie silence. The chamber became a theater of grotesque violence, hidden from view. 2 more joined the screaming, then fell silent. The remaining men methodically blocked the portholes with more soiled pages. Then, absolute silence returned for 3 days. The researchers, terrified, checked the oxygen. Levels were high, suggesting frantic activity. What were they doing in there? The suspense was unbearable. The team knew they had to intervene. The time had come to open the chamber and face whatever horror awaited. The experiment had reached its breaking point. On day 15, the researchers announced they would open the chamber. "Step away from the door and lie flat, or you will be shot. Compliance will earn one of you freedom." A calm voice replied, "We no longer wish to be freed." The chilling response stunned the team. Ignoring it, they cut the gas and prepared to enter. Instantly, the prisoners screamed, begging for the gas to be turned back on, terrified of sleep. Soldiers forced open the door. The stench was overwhelming. Blood, waste, and something metallic. The food was untouched. Flesh was torn from bodies, clogging the drain. The prisoners, mutilated but alive, stood in the bloody water, watching their rescuers. The chamber was a scene of unimaginable horror. The nightmare was real. Inside, one subject was dead. The others were horrifically mutilated, organs exposed but somehow alive. They had done this to themselves, yet stood conscious and calm. When soldiers tried to remove them, the prisoners fought with inhuman strength. One soldier was killed, another gravely injured. Sedatives had no effect. The survivors screamed for the gas. Eventually, 2 were restrained and taken to surgery. One died on the table, his body riddled with broken bones and adrenaline. The last survivor, strapped down, was interrogated by a researcher and a military official. "What are you?" they demanded. The prisoner, despite his wounds, was eerily serene. The answer he gave would haunt them forever. The true horror was not physical, but psychological. The lone survivor stared at his captors, a knowing smile on his ruined face. "Have you forgotten so easily?" he rasped. "We are you. We are the madness that lurks within, begging to be free in your deepest animal mind." The words hung in the air, a claim that the experiment had not created monsters, but unleashed what was always inside. We are what you hide from in your beds every night, what you sedate into silence when you sleep. The gas had stripped away sleep, releasing the primal chaos within. The official, horrified, drew his pistol. The researcher pleaded for more study, but the prisoner only chuckled. "So nearly free," he whispered. A single shot ended it. The records were destroyed, the story buried, at least for a time. The Russian sleep experiment's tale ends, but its legacy lingers. In truth, none of it happened. No secret Soviet gas, no sleepless prisoners. The story is pure internet folklore, a creepypasta born in the late 2000s. Its power lies in its plausibility. A Cold War setting, scientific detachment, echoes of real experiments. But the details are pure fantasy. No gas can prevent sleep for weeks, and the physical horrors defy biology. Still, the legend spread, inspiring films, games, and endless retellings. It taps into our fears of science gone wrong and the darkness within. The Russian sleep experiment is a modern myth, a testament to the power of a well-told lie. Its terror endures, even as we know it's fiction. Why does this story haunt us? Why do we find ourselves drawn to tales that unsettle us, that make us question what lurks in the shadows? There's something magnetic about the unknown, a pull that keeps us coming back to the darkness, even when it frightens us, because it speaks to our deepest fears, the loss of control, the madness beneath the surface. These stories tap into anxieties we rarely admit, whispering that chaos is always closer than we think. They remind us that our minds can be both our greatest strength and our most terrifying enemy. It exaggerates the dangers of sleep deprivation, turning a common struggle into a nightmare. We've all felt the edge of exhaustion, but these stories push it further, making us wonder what might happen if we truly lost control. The legend lets us explore terror safely, confronting the unknown from behind a screen. We can experience fear without real danger, testing our limits and curiosity from the comfort of our own homes. It's a cathartic release, a way to process anxieties about science, government, and our own minds. These stories give shape to our worries, letting us face them in a world where we control the outcome by simply turning off the light or closing the book. These stories remind us how thin the line is between order and chaos. They show us how quickly the familiar can become strange, and how easily our sense of safety can unravel. They're modern fables, warning us hubris and the dangers of tampering with nature. Like the myths of old, they caution us about the price of curiosity and the risks of pushing boundaries we don't fully understand. We believe, or want to believe, because they echo the darkness we sense within ourselves. These stories hold up a mirror to our hidden fears, making us confront the parts of ourselves we'd rather ignore. The Russian sleep experiment endures within us. What horrors might be unleashed just beyond the edges?
So remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it. I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing it.
If this story sent chills down your spine, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Haunting Resonance. We're just getting started. More twisted tales, dark mysteries, and haunting echoes await. Every week, we'll dive deeper into the shadows. And trust us, what's coming next is even darker. Stay haunted, stay curious. This is Haunting Resonance.
Haunting Resonance, where every shadow tells a story. Subscribe for more true horror stories. And don't forget to like, comment, and share if you dare. Follow us on social media for updates. Until next time, let the darkness guide you.